วัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับผม
Hello, welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Anyone who wants to join is welcome. We're waiting for our first participant. Alvin from Malaysia, you're the first one today.
Namaskar, Ajaan. Ajaan, I just want to reconfirm regarding my meditation. I now using this method where I breathe and also chant Buddha together. I find I can go into calm faster this way. And is that okay, Tanajan? I use two together.
Well, you're the one who will get the result, not me.
Right.
So you have to decide whether it's good for you or not.
Okay. So that's fine. Yeah. So it's better for me. So I'll continue doing that.
Well, as long as you get what you want.
Okay. But sometimes if I feel calm, I can also think of letting go one of it, right? One of the kamatana, right?
Yes, you have to try it and find out for yourself which works for you.
Okay. All right, Tanaja. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Philip, also from Malaysia. Cannot hear you. Something wrong with your microphone. No sound coming through. Maybe you have to come back in again. Okay, sorry. Cannot hear you at all. Maybe it's something wrong with your setting on the phone or something when you enter the room. Okay. Come back later on. Next, Rohini. Rohini from the UK.
Good evening, Ajaan.
Greeting to you.
Good evening. I have no questions. I just want to listen to you and pay my respect.
Okay. You still practice?
Yes, I do.
Faithfully?
I do practice.
Faithfully?
Yeah.
Fully?
Just like, sorry?
Fully? Full
Sorry, I
time?
didn't.
Full time? Practicing full time?
Yes. Full time, yes.
Yeah,
Full time.
good.
Because I am retired and I work at the weekend tuition, but Monday to Friday, I do more hours meditation.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mindfulness is what you have to do all the time, first of all.
yeah. Saturday, Sunday, I have some tuition classes. So Monday to Friday full time and Saturday, Sunday less time.
Yes. How do you find your practice going? Good, better, improving?
Uh, improving, and thanks to you, Ajaan. Yes, I um, still my mind wanders, but I feel it is better than it was before.
Mhm.
Yeah.
At least now you have a purpose, what to do.
Yeah. My main purpose is that's the only purpose really.
Mhm.
I don't have any other purpose. So, and also I know that how important it is, and few years left in my life.
Yes.
So I just want to make the best
Try
out of it.
to reduce
Yeah.
as much defilement as possible.
Yes. Like I just sometimes feel like in Buddha's time, Buddha helped people like Patachara, and present day Ajahn helped me. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Just keep on fighting, keep on practicing.
It's life changing.
Yeah, you'll get there soon enough.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Next, Alice from Bangkok. How you doing, Alice?
Right. Sawadika, very well. Thank you very much for your teachings again. I practice and I reflect on them throughout my week, and it helps me a lot to be more mindful in my everyday. So I have a few questions today. One of them is regarding the fact that I have chosen to live far from my family, and I feel a lot of guilt for living my life for myself, and it's hard for me to live my life for myself, as I decided to be far from them to pursue my own callings. What can you suggest me in my practice to release myself from guilt and from sadness?
Well, as long as you don't burden them with your problem, that I think they're happy that that you're away from them. Because if you live with them and you become their responsibility, I think that's worse than you being away from them. So as
That's
long as
very true.
yeah, so don't worry about them. They're happy. They want you to be happy. That's all. So whatever you do, that you be happy. I think there's no need to be guilty. They have raised you enough for you to support yourself now, so you can live on your own. As long as you live on your own and don't depend on them, I think they're happy that way.
Mm.
Better than living with them and dependent on them.
Mhm. Very true. So even if they complain, I should not take it seriously.
No, it's just a matter of, um, just feeling lonely or feeling being attached to you and wants to see you. But if you live with them, then they'll probably complain about something else anyway. There's always something to complain about.
Yes. My next question is, how do someone knows that he or she is at the right place with the right people? How do we know that what we are surrounded by is good for us?
When you feel comfortable,
Mm.
when you feel uneasy, then that's not the right place for you to be. Not with the right people. With the right people, the right place, you will feel easy, feel comfortable, feel relaxed.
Mm, I try to appreciate more my belongings and observe them, be mindful of them, appreciate them, and also in the same way I observe and what I do in my daily life, my activities. Is that the right method to appreciate and have more gratitude?
You with things you have or with people that
With
you
everything
know.
that I have in my life.
You mean to be thankful for what you have.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you should be thankful for, or you should look at people who doesn't have as much as you do, and you will know how difficult it is for them compared to you. So that then you can be thankful for what you have
Mm.
and appreciate and try to use what you have for the best for you.
Also, I found it difficult because I tried to enjoy being in my room for a long amount of time by myself. How do you find peace and enjoyment in being by your own?
By meditation, if you're not meditating, your mind can keep on craving, keep on thinking about things, and this can cause you stress or uncomfortable. So try to stop thinking. Try to just be still mentally. Then you'll find peace and contentment.
And my last question is again about my decision to live in Bangkok. How to get rid of doubting and having bad feelings over someone's decision and when you cannot stop thinking over it.
Well, you can use mindfulness to stop when you don't know what to do with your thought. Just stop thinking by reciting a mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. If you don't have enough wisdom or common sense to know what is right or wrong, then just stop thinking for a while first. And if you want to learn what's right and wrong, the Buddha said, doing the right thing means doing something that doesn't hurt yourself or other people. If you do something and that hurts yourself or other people or both, then this is the wrong thing to do. Simple. Just look at the consequence of your action.
But if if the consequence of being in Bangkok hurts my parents, should I be worried?
I don't think that's hurting, but your action is their own action that caused them to be hurt. The action is they don't want you to be here. See, but it's not your action or intention to hurt them. You just have to live your own life. So, this is not hurting other people. It's just other people hurting themselves by their own desire or expectation. When they cannot get what they want, then they feel bad, they feel sad. But if you look at the other way, if they're happy with you being away, then you're not hurting them, right? So it's not what I mean by hurting is doing something directly, harmful to them, like hitting them or steal their money or something like that. But if you just continue on your life living the way you think is for you, then if they're not happy with that, that's too bad. The Buddha hurt his father because his father wanted him to remain as a prince. His father didn't want him to become a monk. But he saw that being a prince is more stressful than being a monk. So he decided to take up the monkhood. So this is not hurting anybody. It's just the people reaction to what you do. When I say hurting, it's something you do directly to them, like hitting them, or cause trouble for them, or something like that. Okay, understand?
I understand.
But if you don't know how to judge whether it's right or wrong, then stop and wait for more experience or more knowledge to come by before you can decide what is right or what is wrong for you. In the meantime, you can just try to do mindfulness practice, stop thinking. And when your mind becomes peaceful, and you might look at things slightly different than before. Okay.
Okay, yes, I will do that definitely. Thank you very much for the guidance and the
So
advice.
the key to this problem solution is to be mindful, practice mindfulness, calm your mind, stop thinking, because it's your thinking that's causing you all this confusion in the first place. Okay,
Okay,
all right.
thank you.
Next, Marco from Holland.
Hi, Ajaan. How are you?
Good, thank you. And you?
Good. I would like to report my homework. I have a feeling that I'm a bit stagnant in my progress in meditation. I do feel that I'm progressing a lot in calmness, in mindfulness. I feel that there's a lot of work to be had, and I have a question for Tanajan on some guidance regarding I'm feeling some negative feelings towards basically colleagues or other people because they don't seem to be mindful. So it's feeling like conceit. So I would like to ask for some suggestions on how I can cultivate more metta for them, so that at least I will take away that selfish feeling that I have.
Well, basically, you have to be kind and nice to other people, and if you can help them in any way, do so. But you also have to balance it with your ability to do things. If you want to help people but you're not able to do, then you have to stop wanting to help, because by keeping wanting to help, it can hurt you, can cause stress in yourself. So you have to look at the the strength of your ability, how much you can do what you can. But if it's not, if it's more than what you can do, then you have to practice equanimity. Say, don't feel bad about it, because you cannot save the whole world. Just only save one. Just save one. That's all you need to do. You're one person, so save another person. Make another person happy. That's enough.
Save myself first and then be an example, right?
Oh yeah, something like that. Right now, you're a student, so do your
Exactly.
do your do your duty first. Study and practice until you graduate. Then after that, then you can then become a teacher and help other people.
Yeah, I noticed that I in the past I used to talk a lot with some colleagues about really futile stuff, really about philosophy and things like that. And I'm noticing that when they start talking, I now have so many different things in my mind. It really costs me difficulty not to go along, but at the same time, I'm being mindful and then try to avoid the discussions altogether, because I'm noticing that if anything, the only thing it does, it brings me doubt, and I don't want the doubt, because now I have a feeling that I'm on the right path, I'm on the right track. So I want to keep following like that. But I'm noticing things about behavior, and I think that it's projecting really old behavior that I used to have myself, which now irritates me. I'm trying to find a way to get rid of that irritation, really. And I think
Right.
yeah, and I think that that irritation, how I can get that away. I'm trying to think about it, and then try to step back from the feeling, observe that I have a feeling, and then not have it. But for instance, I was talking to my parents this weekend, and I really noticed that I'm not able to talk really deeply with them, which I kind of miss on one hand, but on the other hand, I don't miss it at all, because now I know I'm working on something different. Let's put it like that. And but it's difficult to see some of the things, and I don't know if it's observing the suffering that you see for other people, like I feel that I'm observing my own suffering right now, and that there's some really small pointers that are really helpful, that work, at least for me they work now, that you want to give, for instance, to my parents. And it's difficult to see that. I mean, I'm not able to tell them that, so I don't tell them that, so I just let it go, and I just keep being nice to them, etc., because I'm their son and I'm grateful to them. But I would like to help them so much more, and I know I can't, but it's difficult sometimes. So I try to just focus really on myself, and try to build up the same feeling for others, I guess. And it's difficult sometimes. And also my wife is helping me out, and I in the past I would just talk along with her to kind of give her, yeah, okay. But now it's more that I observe my feeling, and then I tell her how I feel. And I notice that we sometimes get in a bit of a discussion because I'm sharing my feeling, which is not always a positive feeling, of course. And then But it's good because now I've been able to actually observe the mind really being like that, that there's a feeling that comes up and a feeling goes away again. And I've been listening to Langpo Pramod, and he's always talking about sending the mind down and things like that. And I have a feeling that I'm finally understanding that a bit better now. And I'm noticing that my distractions are less, but they're still there, but they're very fine. So I would like to ask if there's another like pointer on a type of practice I can do to strengthen that you can really observe your own feelings, because sitting still seemed to help a lot, but also like in daily life and in work.
I still think you need to come back to mindfulness practice.
Okay.
Stop analyzing, stop thinking about all these things. Just be an observer. Just know.
Yeah.
Just know things, that things are moving, things are changing, and it's not under your control. Just let things be.
I don't have to do anything with it, right?
That's right. You
That's
don't
the
have to
deal.
analyze. You don't have to do
Yeah.
anything. You just let go. You just let go. Just be an
Yeah.
observer. The Buddha said, "What you see, just merely see. What you hear, just merely hear. Don't analyze. Don't react. Don't do anything to what you come across. If you
Very
want, only thing if you want to analyze them as the three characteristics of existence. That they're changing, they're impermanent,
And then on
they
self.
come and go. They are all bubbles. They are all like bubbles. They are
Yeah.
illusion. They are not real. They are dukkha if you want to deal with them.
Exactly. I make my own suffering even more like that
Yeah,
by just
try to
holding on
deal
to
with
it,
them.
right?
Try to deal with them. You don't have to deal with anybody or anything. Let them be.
I try. So the thing is that one of these things that's happening now at work is that I might actually get into a situation where my responsibilities might shift. And that kind of concerns me because it feels like, am I getting more suffering like that? So it's one of the things that I have to keep in mind as well. It's like, okay, I it is what it is, but I shouldn't take it too personal and not overthink everything.
Yes, everything they just happen, and they happen and then they disappear and something else happen. They're just like this. You don't have to react to everything that you come across.
Yeah, true.
Only do what you need to do. React to what you have to react to. But otherwise, if not it's not your concern, your responsibility, then just let things be.
True. True. Now, one of the things that I've also noticed now is that um, I've stopped using perfumes and only using like deodorant just not to make the smell for other people too bad, I guess. But by not doing that, you actually start observing the real nature of the body. And now my association with when I smell perfume, I actually think about the toilet, which is funny because that's actually the only place where I now use the spray every now and then. So it's funny that how the mind starts to. If I walk in the street and I smell perfume, it's not like, oh, toilet. So it's good that you make those associations. And I think that looking at the real nature of the body is something that has helped out a lot as well. I'm able to be more confident about things. I'm less concerned about actually being distracted, which is one of the things that was a big problem for me. And also, so one of the analysis with my wife found out that actually one of the things that I always was focusing on in women was actually the makeup, which is not reality at all, which is very interesting because that's actually hiding the truth. And so she asked me a couple of questions, and by analyzing that further, and I know holding on to that one, but that was an interesting one. It's like I didn't even see that truth, that it's just adding to the body, which is there. It's just hiding the truth. And realizing those things takes out, I don't know, the color out of life, which is a good thing because it actually makes you see everything for what it is, which makes you automatically not want to see it anymore. So I observed the feeling that I had when I was somewhere where I got the positive light feeling, that I thought like, oh, now I'm noticing the light feeling, but I was able to immediately counter it with Asupa and also discuss it with my wife because she was there as well. And we made this agreement to be honest about it. It really helps to bring out those things. And I don't think I would have been able to without trying to find the mindfulness in that. So it's good to keep contemplating the body. I really enjoy doing so because I know it's helping. So soon my wife is gonna be away for a while, and that's gonna be a challenge for me because it's gonna be a test for me. I'm gonna be alone with my son, but at the same time, I'm not really concerned because I know that my practice is working now, and it's gonna be a motivation for me to keep the 8 precepts for a longer period. So I'm gonna take that one with two hands and really see how far I've come so far and keep up the practice like it's been going because I don't have the feeling that I'm dependent on anybody on my practice, and in the past I think I was.
Okay. Just
So
practice mindfulness, keep the precepts, do meditation whenever you can, and think of the three characteristics of existence as much as possible.
that's the key.
That's all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Tanajan.
All right. You're welcome. Next, I'll go to Cove in California. Cove.
Hello, Tom and John. I have a question today. My meditation has been going well, and one day when my mind was very calm, I had almost like a vision or a thought that I had done something pretty bad in a previous life, and the thought that followed was that it's useless to judge others because who do terrible things because we've all done bad things and terrible in previous lives. And I was wondering if how do we know if something like that is true insight or if it's just more thoughts.
Well, if you don't know, then just don't try to decide which is which. Just merely observe what you see and then let go of. If you don't know, it could be just a thought or it could be real, something you did in the past and it came back to your recollection. But it doesn't matter anyway.
Mhm.
I think what's so important is what can you do with what you see? Can you make good use of it for you or not? If you cannot make any use of it for you, then just chuck it, just discard it, forget about it.
Mhm.
But if you can use it for making yourself better, maybe teach you that you know you have done something terrible in the past, and maybe if something terrible happened to you, then you can accept it and say, okay, this is paying my debt,
Mhm.
something like that. But if you cannot make any use from what you see, then just forget it.
Okay, yes. I think I can use it to judge others less, especially, you know,
Mhm.
people who cause harm to others. I think I can use it. Um, but
Okay,
I won't place too much importance on the actual
yeah. I think
thing.
our focus on practice is to keep your mind calm and peaceful. So, and anything that can disrupt this calm, peaceful, then you should leave them alone.
Okay.
Okay, keep keep clearing your mind from thoughts and whatever memory that you might have of something in the past, because if they cause you to have uh, restlessness or agitation, then it's not worth it. It's better just to maintain peace and calm all the time, here and now, in the
Mhm.
present. Okay,
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
that's the main focus. That's the main goal of practicing. Just keep your mind peaceful and calm, and try to get rid of everything that comes. If they come, don't cling to them. If they come and then they're gone, then forget about them. If they still linger, don't react to them. Just merely observing them. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, that was my main question for now.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, Julia from Colorado. Colorado.
Greetings, Ajaan.
Yes, how are you?
Okay. Is Ajaan well?
Yes, I'm okay too.
Okay, cool. I just came to pay my respects and feel lucky to participate and listen to the good Dhamma.
Okay, good to see you. Enjoy your presence. Okay, I'll go to Nita and Saket, also from California, USA.
Rajan, I had a question related to caring for our parents. Mm, um, so my mom has a certain psychological disorder, and I want to help her. And I have seen that I seem to have a better idea of how to help her as compared to family members who mostly want to keep her sedated. However, my family members and I don't see eye to eye. So I was curious, what's the right way to deal with it? Sometimes I feel that, I do get agitated, or, now I'm going back to India in January. So I feel that there's more of an opportunity to help, but I'm not sure. Yeah, if you could just guide me, Ajaan, how can I deal with this situation?
Well, you have to look at other people's action also, other people, what they want to do with your mother. So if you can somehow talk with the other people who look after your mother and come to a common decision, then do it. But if there are argument or disagreement, then I think you should just hold off. It's not worth trying to fight over something like this, over other people. If other people think this is the way it should be, okay, let them do it then. Look at the big picture. In the end, she's gonna die anyway, right? Whether you help her or not help her. The purpose is to help her. But if she already have some help, then you can do a standby. Just wait until nobody looks after her. Then you can go and look after her. But if there are some people who are looking after her now, then you just stand by and wait, or be a support. Be a supporter, not the main principal actor. Just be a supporting actor. Just wait for them to ask you for help. Then you help them. Don't try to get into any argument or any, disagreement. You can disagree, but you don't have to argue. You just keep quiet, okay? If you don't see eye to eye, then okay, just note that, and then if the other people wants to do the work themselves, okay, then that's fine with you.
Yes, Ajaan, thank you.
Okay. What about Nita?
No questions from me, Ajaan. Thank you for your teaching.
Okay, you're welcome. Next step from Oregon.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. And you?
Good. I have a question. It's not for me, but it's for my friend, also in the Dharma. She's been a practitioner for many, many years, and she's coming to the end of her life. She has brain cancer. And she hasn't really experienced jhana, and she feels a lot of I don't know, there's just so much emphasis on jhana. And so is there any advice I can give her from you about how she hasn't experienced it yet? Or I don't know.
Well, the way to get to jhana is mindfulness. So she can,
Mindful. She's been practicing so many years. I don't know.
but
Maybe not.
maybe not intense enough. See,
Okay.
yeah, like you have to practice every minute, every second. Keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, or some other type of mantra to stop the mind from thinking. Yeah.
She's a big thinker. Okay.
Yeah, stop thinking. And if she wants to think, then just think of the body as not herself, looking at the body as her servant. She's the master, and the body is just a servant. She's the one who thinks, who knows, but she's not the body. See?
That makes perfect sense to me. Thank you very much.
And also that she must look at her body as being a temporary thing. It doesn't last forever, so it's gonna have to end one day. But you, the user of the body, doesn't die with the body. So you have to separate yourself from the body by thinking. If you want to think at all, then just think that the body is not me. I'm not this body. I'm just using this body like I'm using a telephone, a handphone. And one day this handphone is going to break down and I have to give it up. Then maybe the body.
Yeah.
Then she will this way can loosen her grip on the body, her attachment on the body. And it will make her mind feel calmer and more peaceful.
So usually it's like we have a attachment to the body that we're not seeing or understanding.
Yes, we've been told by our delusion from the day we were born that this body is me. I am the body, but this is not the truth. One day you and the body will have to go a different way. We are twins, really. We are twins. The body and the mind, they are twins. They come together in the womb and at conception, but then they will separate at the time of death. Try to look at this big picture like this also can help.
That's really good. Thank you very much.
This is vipassana or wisdom practice. But whether this can convince her, whether she can convince herself so or not, this is another problem.
Yeah.
If she can
Okay.
convince herself that this body is not her, then maybe she will be able to let go of her attachment and will not feel any pain in the mind regarding the body demise.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
But in the meantime, she can also practice mindfulness. Don't let the mind think in the way of the defilement of delusion. But keep thinking this body is me, and I don't want it to die. I want it to last. Or I want it to continue on. This way of thinking can only hurt the mind. See, when you have to teach the mind to think of the true nature of the body, and this body is temporarily subjected to demise one day, sooner or later, and it's not you. You're not the body. If you can think like this all the time, then your mind can let go of the attachment to the body and will not feel any stress or anxiety regarding the body.
Is that why Buddha said to think about death so often, so that it's
Yes.
on
So it tells you that you have to lose this body one day. So prepare yourself, training yourself to let go of your attachment to this body. When you're not attached to the body, when you lose the body, it will not hurt you.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is wonderful.
All right. You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much.
Next, Nining from Indonesia. Are you back in Indonesia now?
Yeah, I'm in Indonesia now, Ajahn.
Okay. How was your trip? How was your experience in Thailand?
It's very good. Like Ajahn said, that maybe the result of the meditation while I practice in the mountain, maybe I cannot directly receive the result, but I believe that my practice in the mountain give me more experience and also more progress in my spirit. And I find that I can be alone. I mean, I can stay alone without not much, not in the crowd. And I enjoy that condition very much. That's what I find there. So meanwhile, in Indonesia, I keep on doing the sitting meditation in the early morning at 2 a.m. I love that time at 2 a.m. Every day. So the more I practice, the more I realize that I have no problem in life. I just happy every day, and also that I feel that I have no problem, but I have a goal. I want to attain something in my spiritual growth, because sometimes I still cry. Sometimes when I see the sad, I see the sad condition, or something not happy, someone not happy, I still easy to cry. That's what I struggle to myself, that I should have UPK.
Yes. When you start to cry, you can start reciting Bhutto, Bhutto. Then you can stop your emotion from arising.
Yeah. But I think now it is better, because before I'm very easy to cry. Like meeting the beggar, I start crying. And also when I see my mom grow older, sometimes when I see her strength is weaker day by day, I cry and cry. But now because of my practice, I feel more UPK, more stable.
Good.
That's why.
Okay.
And Ajahn, I have a question.
Yes.
My best friend, one of my best friend, she asked me the question like this. Her husband often says rude speech to her. The husband also not fulfill all the family needs well. Is it okay if she leave the husband for other mature and reliable men? She revealed this condition lately after she has baby. I don't have any idea, because I haven't replied to her, but she asked she truly asked my advice. She truly want me to give an opinion of her condition.
Well, leaving one person and to go to another person, you don't know what the next person will be like. See, the next person could be better or could be worse. So if you want to leave this person, then it's better to live alone if you can. Then at least you don't have another new person to worry about, to have problem with the new person. But if you cannot live alone, then maybe you can try to stick with the old person and try to maybe somehow change the person, or make some kind of understanding that there are certain things that you like him to do or not to do, and maybe things can be better than leaving this person and then go find a new person, because you don't know if this new person will be better or worse than the person that you're leaving in the first place.
Yes, actually, just now when Achan explained to Alice, I find that the idea of like Buddha don't have any intention to hurt the family. Maybe if like my in this condition, if my friend leave her husband, so my friend doesn't have any intention to hurt the man, this husband, but maybe she just want to live for good.
But you
So
cannot prevent the man from getting angry though. If you not have no intention to hurt him, but he can still get angry at you and he can hurt you. So you have to know whether you're willing to accept the consequence or not if you have to be hurt by him when you decide to leave him.
oh, I see. And when I stay in the mountain, I find that I think this is the same. I mean, living like this is more safe than I live in the community, because like lately the criminal case rise up so many criminal case. So is it wise if I decide to live in the like in the mountain or in the quiet and peaceful place to get rid of the criminal case?
Well, you can live in monasteries, which is a more safer place for people than than living in the city or in the town, where you're closer to people who are more prone to violence. But
Yes.
you still have to accept the fact that regardless of what you live, you're gonna have to get old, get sick, and die too.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
so you cannot have a perfect world here in this life. This life is dukkha. The Buddha says, having been born, we are subjected to aging, sickness, and death, regardless of how we live. It's just a matter of whether how we get more or less pain. That's all.
Yeah, I understand about aging, sickness, and death. I mean, like Achan said, that the three characteristic we have to investigate after out from the meditation. I try to I stop thinking. Now even I'm working, I don't want to think. Just if the customer buy, it's okay. If not, I'm ready. I mean, I am ready to retire. But now there are still so many customer buy product from me. So I just accept, and I don't try to find the new customer, because I think it's not worth it for me to spend so much time now for working. I think it's good for practicing.
Yes.
Yes,
That's right.
Achan.
That's a good decision. That's a good
Because
action.
because I think now I have to do something beneficial, that I have to solve the present. I just solve the present. I don't think about the past and the future, because by solving the present, so I don't have to worry about the past and the future. It's already done. I think like that.
They're not here. We are living in the present all the time. The past is already gone, and the future is not here yet.
Yeah.
So just make sure your present is happy and safe. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I am happy, and I feel that I have no problem. Sometimes I ask why I don't have problem, why why I'm happy every day, just like that. That's why I'm thankful to Achan, because it's might make me more wise and make me more think something beneficial. I have to do something productive in my life. That's my motto every day. Do something productive. Do something productive in my present, like that.
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you, Achan.
You're welcome. Next, Sui and Check. from Vancouver, Canada.
Good evening,
Good
Tan Ajaan.
evening, Tan Ajaan.
Greetings to you.
Tan Ajaan, the body and the mind are twins, but
That's
they have
right.
but they have different fate, eh? One will die, one will not
One
die.
will live forever, one will die, one will live forever. Never dies, but keep getting a new twin, keep replacing one old twin for the next one.
You twin. Tan Ajaan, I have a question about the middle path. The Buddha talks about middle way, but is he talking about like our own middle way, or he's like, let's say, for example, uh, like thinking about death, like his standard is every breath you have to think about, like
No,
breathing in.
see, middle way in the sutta, when he first gave the first sutta, he said that there are three ways of getting rid of your unhappiness when you're sad, or when you feel lonely or sad, or you have some stress or anxiety. People usually try two extreme way. One is to use sensual pleasures to solve your stress or anxiety or your dissatisfaction. When you have dukkha, people indulge in sensual pleasure to forget about their problem, their pain, and so forth. But this does not get rid of the pain or the anxiety permanently. It can only suppress the pain and anxiety temporarily. But sooner or later, this pain and anxiety will keep coming back again. So sensual pleasure is not the way to fix your mental problem. And the other extreme is to mortification, body mortification, hurting your body, like, causing your body some bodily pain, like standing or sitting on a uncomfortable chair with, or uncomfortable sitting. In ancient India, people sometimes use sitting with thorn or something to hurt their body. They feel that by hurting their body, they can get rid of their dukkha. But that didn't get rid of this dukkha either. The Buddha have tried both methods before. Before he discovered the middle way, the way in between these two extremes. He used to be a prince before, and he indulged in sensual pleasures, but he could not. But he still have dukkha every time he think about getting old, getting sick, or die. He get dukkha. So he knows this is not the path to the cessation of dukkha. So he then became a monk, and then he practiced keeping the precepts and meditation. This can solve the dukkha temporarily, but not permanently either. So he thought he should try hurting his body by fasting for 49 days. But this also did not stop the dukkha in his mind every time he think about getting old, getting sick, or dying. So he know that by hurting the body, by fasting, doesn't solve the problem either. So then he tried the middle way, the way of meditation with wisdom. He had already meditated to calm his mind, but he doesn't have the wisdom to teach him that what is the cause of dukkha. So he eventually used his mind to analyze, and eventually he discovered that his dukkha is caused by his own craving for sensual gratification, craving for being, and craving for not being. See, when you have this craving, you need to have a body. If you crave for sensual pleasure, you have to have the body to be able to get the sensual pleasure for you. But once you get the body, then you also get a body that is that will get old, get sick, and die. See, and you don't want the body to get old, get sick, and die. So this is the one that causing you the dukkha, the suffering. So the way is to stop your craving for anything. Stop relying on using your body as a mean of getting you sensual pleasures. So then he discovered that the way to the cessation of dukkha is to stop all cravings from his mind. This is what he meant by the middle way.
Oh.
But there are also middle way concerning your own practice. You can only do so much. If you want to do more than what you can do, you will not be able to do it. Then you're causing yourself anxiety, causing yourself dissatisfaction. Yeah. If you do less than what you should do, then you're not advancing as you should. So you have to find the right balance between your ability to do the practice. How much can you do? How long can you sit? Half an hour, 2 hours? This is something that you have to know your strength, know how much you can do, and try to do that, and try to increase it. As if you need that your practice is still not getting you far enough, then you have to increase more practice as you go along.
So there's the middle way that you talked about earlier is the Buddha talked about is the general middle way, and then also
the Noble Eightfold Path is the middle way.
And also like a personal middle way, a personalized middle way for
It
our
means
practice.
know how much you can, know your strengths. See.
Yeah.
If you want to do more than what you can do, you can become disappointed or frustrated. If you're not doing as much as you can do, you're not advancing fast enough. So you have to know your strength and do what you can. You cannot compare yourself with other people. Other people might be able to sit for 2 hours, but you can only sit for 1 hour now. So you have to sit for 1 hour and maybe try to add on more and more as you practice. Maybe eventually you might be able to practice for 2 hours.
So our own middle, this is our own middle way.
Yeah, to prevent yourself from getting frustrated or disappointed when you try to do something more than what you can do.
So we constantly check check ourselves, like check the
Yeah, by sitting for, if you used to sit for half an hour, and then so maybe I should add another 5 minutes, 10 minutes, see if you can do that or not. See, if you want to advance, you have to sit more and more. But if you're happy with where you are, then you don't have to do more practice. But if you find that you still have a lot of dukkha that you have to get rid of, then you know you have to do more practice. But then you have to know how much strength you have. You know, how much more can you practice? From 30 minutes to 35 minutes to 40 minutes or something. Keep adding on your practice.
Yes.
In order to prevent yourself from becoming disappointed, frustrated, and decide to give up altogether in the end. Yeah.
So feeling disappointed is also a kilesa.
Yes, it's the kilesa trying to prevent you from practicing things. So anything that it can cause you to give up the practice, that's what it wants you to do. So you have to not succumb to this desire of the defilement. You know. You have to know that you have to keep practicing, but you have to know how much you can practice and just keep trying.
That was so good. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that was so great. Thank you. Thank you, Ajaan.
Thank you, Ajaan.
Question.
And Sri, you have anything?
No, all like sometimes when we feel like we want to give up, then we can use like Buddha's like kind of story to inspire us.
Sure, the Buddha's practice or the noble disciple practice. They don't give up, but they might have to know their strength and do what they can now for now, and hopefully do more later on. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right. You're welcome. Next, Philip, you're back now. How's your microphone? Okay.
Giving that Ajaan.
Okay.
Can you hear me right now?
Yes. What happened?
I'm not too sure. Something came up on the computer. It's like insufficient resources.
I
I'm not
see.
too sure. Yeah, could be
Okay.
the memory or something like that. So I had to shut everything down and restarted it.
Reboot.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I just don't have I mean any particular questions. I mean just to tell you. I mean for the longest time, I mean I've been meditating without a lot of like body aches and things like that. But over the last 2 months, I think there was a lot of pain everywhere. But I just it was actually a very good teaching experience for me because you know that I mean the body pain and the mind pain are different. I mean the mind can be somewhere else and you notice the pain but not affected by it because the body is painful and I'll just keep on telling myself that this pain will soon pass and uh, yeah, it did pass after 2 months, and it's no more. I mean, it's just one of those things. Maybe it could be a Kalisa coming out after many years of practice. It all suddenly popped out. But it's just passed, and yeah, I'm just back to normal again.
And it can come back again later on
Yes,
also.
yes, I know that can happen. I know that
So
can happen.
just be an observer. Just be just observing. If they come back, okay, welcome back.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
can you do?
yeah. It's just I sit. Yeah, exactly. It's just I sitting
Mm.
sitting at the rock or sitting at the back at the park benches, observing the scenery, observing the pain, how it
Yeah.
impacts the
Don't
body.
react. If you don't react, then your mind don't suffer.
Correct.
Okay.
But it was a very good 2 months of teaching. Teaching. You can really see the mind and the body um, splitting. I mean, not yeah. You could say like stepping back and yeah.
You start to see the difference between the
Yes.
body and the mind.
Correct.
Good. Okay. Keep up. Keep
Good.
reminding yourself you're not the body. You're the mind. You're user of the body. One day you have to give up this body.
Dr. Ajaan.
Okay.
Right. No other questions.
All right.
Thank you.
Next, Levan. Levan from California.
Right now, John, I have a question how to overcome like procrastination in the practice because sometimes I just not motivated and I wonder what is a good way to keep reminding myself how important this practice is.
Well, meditating is like eating. You have to eat food every day, right? When you don't eat, you're going to suffer later on because you'll be hungry. Same way with meditation. If you don't meditate, later on your mind can become restless and agitated. And also another method is to think of death. Also can be helpful sometimes. Say you're not going to have all the time to meditate like you have now. One day you might not have any time to meditate at all. Then you might be sorry. So right now you're still alive. This is the only time that you can meditate. So try to meditate as much as possible. Don't waste your time. Life is very precious. The time of our life is very precious. Don't throw away. Try to make good use of it. Because life can end anytime, suddenly or gradually or eventually, but it's gonna end. So Whenever you have the time to practice, don't procrastinate. Take that opportunity and do it. And it is also like eating also, Every time you meditate, your mind will become fuller, happier than when you're not meditating.
Yeah, thank you. And also, like when I'm being criticized, I still feel hurt. Like my feeling, I still feel hurt. And I wonder, is it because the sense of self and the ego is still there?
It's your desire or your want. You don't want people to criticize you, that's all. You want people to say nice things about you. So you have to look at the fact. The fact is you cannot prevent or stop people from criticizing you or praising you. They can say good thing to you or they can say bad thing to you. It's not for you to decide. You're the listener, you just have to accept it. That's all. Accept both ways, both criticism and praises. Just be merely knowing. Don't react to whatever you hear. That's all. This is where the practice of mindfulness and meditation is very important because it will keep your mind from reacting. See? And when you look at the true nature of things, then you can say, "Oh, I cannot stop people from saying things, whether good or bad, but I can stop myself from reacting." So that's what we have to do, is try to stop ourselves from reacting. Don't be happy when people say good things about you. Don't be sad when people say bad thing about you. It's just words, it's just sound. You're not bad or good from what they say. You're good or bad from what you do. So let them say whatever they want. Treat them all like the sound of lightning, sound of thunder. Okay.
Yeah. So as long as I'm skillful and I have good intention, then not hurting people, then that's okay.
Well,
My
you have to look at your action. If people say something bad, if they criticize you and what they say is right or is correct, then you might have to correct yourself.
learn from it. Okay. Yeah.
Except that we are not all perfect. Sometimes we like to think ourselves being perfect, Then suddenly somebody say, "Oh, you're not perfect. You're doing something wrong here." Okay, accept it. It was the truth, and you should be thankful for them because they are acting like a mirror for you. When you dress, you have to look at the mirror, right, to see, make sure that your face and everything is nice and clean. Without the mirror, you cannot tell. So when people are telling about criticizing you, maybe they're acting like a mirror, reflecting your true self. So you should be thankful when people criticize you. The Buddha say they're pointing you to a pot of gold, because if you're bad and if you can correct yourself, then you can turn yourself from bad to good. Then it's good for you. But if it's not true, then just forget it. Let's say, okay, if they just have malice toward you and they want to say bad things to you, you cannot stop them either. So let them be.
Thank you so much, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, Samanji. You didn't come in for a couple of weeks, huh? Or just 1 week?
I could make it because I got home very late from this. Sorry, I could. Hope you are doing okay.
Yes, I'm okay. Thank you.
I have a couple of questions.
Sure, go ahead.
Now, what's the difference between Chuttisitta and Patisandhichitta? Is there any intermediate consciousness between Chuttisitta and Patisandhichitta?
Can you translate for me? I don't quite understand the Pali myself.
Sure. Chuttisitta is a death consciousness and Patisandhichitta is a rebirth consciousness. What I want to know is there an intermediate state between those two?
You mean after the chitta depart from the old body and enter the new body. In the meantime, the chitta can be in heaven or in hell, depending on the good or bad karma that it had done during when it's still alive. See? This is the period when you have to go to heaven or go to hell, or being, go into different spiritual existence level to reap your karma, to pay for your karma.
Does it mean that there's an intermediate consciousness between this birth conscious, death Chutisita and Patisandhichitta? That means death consciousness and rebirth consciousness. But I need to know is whether there's any intermediate state between those two. Or,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, the state between those two are depending on the good or bad karma. See, if you did more good karma than bad karma, then your chitta will be happy, chitta. Then this is heaven. See, the state of heaven. And if you did more bad karma than good karma, then your chitta will have more dukkha than happiness. So you will be in the abhaya. You can be in hell or be a hungry ghost or something like that.
Now, if a person who has performed a lot of good deeds throughout his lifetime experiences bad Shutichitta and is reborn in an unfavorable realm, can such a person achieve a good rebirth again due to their past good deeds? Because
yes, rebirth come eventually after the good or bad karma cancels themselves out. So that the good or the bad karma cannot have any effect on the chitta, then the chitta will be waiting for a new body. And when the chitta reborn, it depends on whether the chitta had more good karma in the past or more bad karma in the past. Then this good or bad karma will then also decide what kind of birth you will have, good birth or bad birth.
My next question is on body and the mind. Is it correct to define body as a vehicle and mind as a temporary passenger? When trying to understand what the difference between body and the mind
Yes, it's
is.
like the mind is like the user of a telephone. The body is like a telephone, a handphone that you use. They're two separate things, the phone and the user. The mind is the user. The mind doesn't die with the phone, right? The user of the phone doesn't die when the phone dies. The user then go buy a new phone.
New phone.
That's when you get a rebirth.
Okay. Yeah. And my next question is, how can we know whether a friendship is harmful or beneficial to us? Whether a certain friendship that we have with the person.
Well, if the friendship cause you problem, then that's not good, right? If it doesn't cause you any problem, then that's good friendship. If it's causing you troubles and problem, then that's not good friendship.
Should a true friend always lead us towards a religious path, or okay?
Well, there are friends who lead different type of people, and they'll lead you to wherever they like to do. See, if they like to party, they'll take you to parties with them. If they like shopping, they take you to shopping with them. If they like to go to monastery, they take you to the monastery with them. So the Buddha said you have to know to choose the right friend for you, and the right friend is the people who go to monastery. In the view of Buddhism, because monastery is the place where you purify yourself, getting rid of all your suffering, your defilements.
Okay, Tamas. And my next question is, how does Buddhism define unconditional compassion? How can we practice unconditional compassion?
We don't choose anyone who we want to be compassionate to. See, you have to be compassionate to everybody, every being.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that you have to help everybody. Also, when putting in the action, you have to see how much you can do, and how much a person need to be helped. Also, can vary from person to person.
Then does it mean that we don't have to give preference to our relatives or to our close friends? Or does it mean that we have to treat everyone alike?
Well, on different levels, see, on the basic level, then you treat everybody so like as if you have to help people with the 4 basic necessity of life. And it doesn't matter whether they are your relatives or somebody you don't know. They need food, you have to give them food. But anything more than that, you might decide who should get more, who should get less. You can do that. Maybe you want to give more to somebody who has been nice and kind to you, and give less to some people who is bad, who's not nice to you. But you still help them if they need the help, if they need food, if they need medication, something like that. Then this is what we call humanity help, humanity compassion.
Okay, Ajaan. Now my next question is, how can we stop blaming others and finding fault with others? That's something we often do. And how can we cultivate more understanding attitude? I mean, without blaming others and finding fault with others always?
Well, basically, you have to know the truth. Who's to blame and who's not to blame. That's all.
Right. Yeah, sometimes some people make us feel really uncomfortable.
Yes.
So how can we deal with such people?
People who makes you uncomfortable.
Yes, in the sense maybe in the workplace or maybe anywhere at home, anywhere.
Well, you have to look at them like the weather. Sometimes the weather also makes you uncomfortable, but you have to learn to live with the weather, right? Sometimes you have rain and it's uncomfortable for you to go around, but you have to learn to accept the rain. So you have to accept uncomfortable people who you might have come across, because you cannot choose. If you can avoid, yes, avoid them if you can. But if you cannot avoid them, if you have to live with them, then you just have to use equanimity, ubeka.
Sometimes if it's very disturbing, like need we tell them that they are whatever they are doing is really disturbing us or something. For example, if they make a lot of noise, even at for example, at a workplace, if they make a lot of noise and all that, need we tell such people that it's really disturbing to us? I'm just giving an example.
Well, you have to think of the result of your action, whether it will achieve what you want to or not. Sometimes instead of making it better, it can be worse. The person then turn on the volume louder. So maybe you have better just to stay quiet and accept the consequence that this is part of your life, part of your destiny.
Okay. That's all I have for today, Pam.
Okay.
Nice talking to you.
You're welcome.
Wish you good health.
Next, Julia. I haven't seen you for a while. Are you still in Sweden? Julia? You have to turn on your microphone first. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I'm still in Sweden. Hi, nice to see you again.
Okay, what can I help
It's
you?
been a year, I think, since we talked last time.
More or less.
Yeah, something like that. And I've done a lot of body contemplation, and I feel like I'm getting somewhere with my meditation. But in particular, I would like to thank you for emphasizing the Asuba practices so much. I have been helped by that. And so I think that I'm getting to a view where I'm seeing that my body is not going to be used for anything like that anymore. So lust or infatuation, it's not the destiny for my body. So I just kind of instead I just see my body sitting in meditation and with shaved hair. That's where my vision is for where I'm going.
That's good.
So I'm happy for that.
Mm.
And then so the Buddha says that the body and the voice of the opposite sex is the most attractive object or something like that, I think is what he
Yes,
says.
for your sexual desire.
Yeah, for the sexual desire. So you've talked a lot about um uh, like how to do body contemplation, but do you have any insight on how to take apart the voice?
Try to stay away from the male and try to talk less to them as much as possible.
Mm.
Try to don't have any conversation with them, so you don't listen to what they have to say. If you have to, just only stick to the business and don't let it stray away from the business that you have to deal with.
In this case, it's also chanting, like it's where we're in the group in the monastery and there's chanting that is like, if I don't participate in the chanting, if I don't, then
Chanting voice is okay. It's not harmful.
It's never harmful?
No, whether male or female, it's the content of your voice that matters. What you talk about. If you talk about sex, you talk about things like that, then this is harmful, say. But if you talk about supa, that is not harmful. Or when you listen to Dhamma talk by a teacher, this is not harmful. Even though he's a male, it's a male voice. It's not the voice itself alone, it's the content of the voice. What you're talking about is
Are you sure? Are you sure? I mean, I can definitely feel attracted to a voice, like just the vibrations of a voice can kind of, calm me down and I feel like it can give rise to sexual desire, like just the voice itself, just by the vibration. So even when chanting. And what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to imagine like a hammer that shatters every word.
Well, if you find
that's the technique I have right now. But
if you find it harmful, then don't listen to it. That's all. If any voice sound harmful to you, then stop listening to that voice, or close your ear, putting an earplug into your ear. You have to listen.
Yeah.
Or try to stay away, get away from that voice if you can. Try to have less contact as possible. As physical, image and sound also, both. Try to have less contact.
Yes.
Or no contact at all if it's possible.
Yeah.
But sometimes you still have to listen. You still have to hear the voice. Then you have to use mindfulness, use a supa to counter your sexual desire. Should it come up, see?
Yes.
Because you cannot always run away from the voices. Sometimes you have to come across, and then you have to be very mindful and try to use asupa as soon as you know that you are reacting with sexual desire.
Thank you. So I have another question as well. Earlier on in this meeting, there was talk about when you have pests in your house, and you had the solution that you could say like indirectly to some professionals that you could say, here is my problem, and then they might
volunteer themselves. If they volunteer themselves, then you're not telling them to do it for you. See, they want your money, so they volunteer their
I
service.
see. Yeah. So
So this is not breaking the precept according to.
but so
Somebody
so
else
they
doing the
they
killing for you.
volunteer, but so does it matter whether you pay for them or not?
Doesn't matter.
But does it matter whether you pay for it or not?
I don't think so. I don't, as long as you're not the one who initiate the action yourself.
Okay, I see.
Because this is what they normally do every day anyway. This is their profession. This is their business.
Okay. And then I also had just a small question. I find it very inspiring to hear about lay people who were stream enterers. So do you know or have you known any lay stream enterers in your life?
Not particularly. Usually I don't look for them. I don't. It doesn't matter as far as I'm concerned.
I see. Okay. I was just curious. So.
Yeah, I think you should look for yourself. Look at yourself as a stream enterer. That's the most important person to become a stream enterer is yourself. So keep practicing more and more, and then you'll become a stream enterer soon.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, good. Next, Aparachita from Dubai. Maybe we are all stream enterer and we don't even know it.
Good
How are
evening,
you?
Ajaan. I'm well, thank you. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you.
Great. I was actually wanted to ask about, I remember you said you had translated some writings of Ajahn Mahabua. So
Yes.
what was the book? Because I know in your website you have many. So is that
It's called Forest Desana.
Forest Desana? Okay.
Yeah, Forest Desana.
All right.
Okay, there are 2 volumes, I think, volume 1 and 2.
Oh,
But these are talks given to monks, so it can be more related to monastic life, monastic codes, and the monastic practices.
okay.
He usually talk, if he teach monk, he usually talk about keeping the precepts and meditation as the principal subjects. He doesn't talk about dana or things like that with monks, because monk has already given up all the possession.
Right.
So he usually talk about monastic code, monastic practices like eating once a day, going on alms round, and things like that. Also,
Okay. And also meditation.
meditation, yes, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom.
Okay. And these books are also available as
Yes,
download.
you can. I think you can download it from my
Okay.
website. Just
Okay.
look for Forest Desana. I think there are 2 volumes.
All right.
I think it's also recorded by somebody in Tan Ajaan's website called Forest Books, I think, Forest Dhamma Books or something like
Yes,
that.
yes, that Forest Dhamma books. I know there are many reading
Yeah, you
his
can
books.
also look at that. I mean, it might be there also. I'm not sure.
Okay. Oh, I will definitely look it up. Yes.
Okay.
So
Good.
yeah, that was the only question I had. Otherwise, I continue to practice. That's all.
Yes, that's all you can do.
Exactly.
Practice, practice, and practice. And then
Yes.
eventually it'll get you to where you want to go.
Yes.
Just be patient and hardworking.
Yes.
Oh,
Continue.
okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Christine Coe from Penang.
Good evening, Tanajan.
Yes, how are you?
I'm great. I just come back from monastery having 8 precepts.
How many,
Last
how many days?
last Tuesday I went in.
So 1 week, huh? 1 week.
Yeah, Sunday I came out. Yesterday I start working.
Okay, what did you do there?
Yeah, I have some improvement in my meditation. I'm so glad.
Good.
Yeah.
You should keep going back. Not just once a year. Every
No,
time,
few times in a year. I think 4 5 times.
not enough. You should, whenever you have free time, then you should go.
Yes. Next month I'm going back as well.
Yeah. Go back, yes. Could do more and more if you can. If you want to become enlightened, you have to work hard with meditation practice.
It's not easy, but I have to keep trying.
Yes, the more you do, it will become more easier as you do it. So just keep trying to do more and more, and you'll find it will get easier and easier.
The concentration become better and strong compared to
Yeah,
last.
mindfulness will become better, and then everything will follow. When you have mindfulness, then you can have meditation, you can have jhana, then you can have investigation of wisdom. You can see the 3 characteristics of existence. Then you can get rid of all your defilement.
Yes. And the things that is the past practice is still like keep me pushing and continue improvement. I feel very good.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay. Anything else?
Next month I'm going back as well, but another month. Nothing
Okay.
else. Today I come in and pay respect to Tanajan. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next, Piao and Indira. Hi, how are you? Good
Good
morning.
evening, Ajaan.
Good evening,
Yeah,
Ajaan.
morning in Toronto, Ajaan. Yes, so nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
Tanajan, I just have to tell you something and thank you profoundly. A few months ago, I asked you advice. If somebody very close to you, someone like a family member, you've had a very difficult relationships and you've been hurt and that person wants to come back, how to deal with it. And you advised me so clearly and profoundly. And I did every step that you told me I did, and everything worked out so well. And that made my mom very happy too. So I just want to thank you for
Yeah,
that.
practice metta, loving kindness, forgiveness.
Yes.
Forget about the past and just give compassion, give love.
Yes, Tanajan. That's exactly what I did. And it worked so well. So thank you so much for all your advice.
The Buddha said, metta keeps the world going happily.
Yes,
Without loving kindness, the world will be in a terrible shape.
It always works.
Good.
Thank you.
Especially with the one who's next to you.
I'm the weather.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head, Tanajan.
I'm the thunder. The rain. Yeah, never mind the weather.
Thank you, Tanajan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No comment from you, Priya?
No, yeah, I think you mentioned that Buddhists, as we are taught to, I think this is a brief teaching was given to Jabahia and Mahamaliputta monk who came and asked for some brief teaching. And when you see, you only see. When you hear, you only hear. I think you mentioned that. What does it really mean? That's kind of a goal for them, like a brief teaching, and they contemplated on that, and they got enlightened. So, what does it really mean by? Is it?
Don't have any cravings when you see things. That's what he means. No cravings from what you see. But we usually, when we see something, we start to have cravings, like whether we want it or not wanting it right away. When you see a good picture, oh, I want it. Or when you see a
I
bad
see.
picture, I don't want it. No reaction like this. Just merely see.
So it's like more
like a
equanimity.
camera, like a camera.
Yeah.
Does the camera react to anything it takes? It just takes any picture you want it to take, right? It has no reaction. So can your camera tell you, no, I don't want to take this picture? Yes, I want to take this picture, cannot, right? No choice. Same way with merely see. When you see something, you just merely see. You see a picture, that's it. Pure and simple. No reaction to what you see. No criticizing, no praising, no anything.
So you don't take it beyond feeling and craving. Pretty much, you feel, but you don't crave for it anymore. You are more
That's why you
equanimous.
feel you know whether this thing is good or bad, but you don't react to it, that's all. Unless you have to. But you react with loving kindness or with compassion or whatever, but you will never react with hate or with cravings, with defilement.
So at the end of that statement, Buddha also says, when you're this way, you practice this way, you are not there, you're not here, you are not in between. That is the end of suffering. So that means it's is it pointing to like the emptiness, pretty much, like because you're not clinging to a thing anymore.
I don't know. That you have to find out for yourself better.
So I mean, it's being used as a practice, but I guess it's more like an insight, right? You can't really practice when you see, you only see. It's something like a deep insight, perhaps.
Well, so people usually see when they see something, they don't just merely see. See, that's the problem.
Yes.
When they see something, they start to have cravings for that thing, either positive craving or negative craving. Whether you want or you don't want right away, or neutral. Maybe sometimes you get neutral in between because you don't know what that thing is yet, whether it's good for you or bad for you.
Yeah. So when you see, you don't look. When you hear, you don't listen. Meaning they are active, like they participate.
No, you see,
Yeah.
but you don't react. That's all.
Yeah, react. Yeah,
Exactly.
But then you're looking, meaning you're looking for more. That's you're reacting. You want to see the color, the shape. Then you start,
When you want, then
yeah.
you're reacting.
Yeah,
And you're not a camera anymore. See, you're a camera. Just take what picture you point it to, and then that thing go to other pictures.
Right.
Yeah, because now arahats, they have that, you see, dutua kamana, you see, that's it. But now in Theravada, where arahats, like and Theri Gata, about the female arahat, they appreciate nature. There's a lot of things in how they are, the beauty of nature. So it's just that they see, but they don't get attached to it, right? Cling to it. Yeah.
Or indulge in them. Just merely knowing, acknowledging.
Acknowledging, yes.
It's just like the knower, pretty much, right? It's just
Bring the knower back to be the knower, not a reactor or actor.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajaan. Thank you so much once again.
You're
Teruan
welcome.
Saranai. Teruan Saranai.
Okay. Next, Ryan from Singapore. You shave your head, Ryan?
Yes, I did, Ajaan. It has been shaven for a few months since I last met you in June.
I see. It means you have advancing and you're practicing.
I hope so. Less hair, more wisdom.
That's right. Less attachment to the body.
I hope so. That's the aim. I'm not sure if there's more wisdom or less attachment, but I'm hoping to move in that direction.
Yeah. Good. Anything you like to say, I asked tonight?
Yes, Ajaan. So just curious on what is your usual advice for new monks who had to like give up a lot of things, or maybe they are struggling to the new lifestyle of being in a monastery? What's your general advice for new monks?
Just follow the rules when you live in the monastery. Follow the teaching of your teacher. Be obedient. Don't try to be a rebel. Okay?
Okay.
Follow the order, and then everything will be fine. As soon as you start to question the authority, then there'll be problem. This is part of training. Train yourself to be a follower, not a leader, because you don't know much about the Dhamma yet. So it's better to follow someone who has more Dhamma than you are.
Understood, Ajahn. Thank
Okay.
you for the advice. I think I will try to keep that in mind. So I'm not sure when's next time I'll be able to join or to see you in person. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude for your untiring efforts in teaching us. They have been a great support for me over the past 2 to 3 years. So thank you so much. And I would also like to thank all the admins and the participants for this Dharma family around the world. So it's been a very great journey for me.
Are you planning to ordain soon or what?
Yes, Tanajan. Next week I'll be going to near you actually. It's Wat Marjan.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm not sure if I'll see you, but hopefully next time, Tanajan.
Well, yeah, okay. When it's possible, we'll see each other again. If not, then it's not. Whatever will be, will be.
Thank you.
Okay, good luck to you. Good luck to you. Next, Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan. No questions, just happy to be listening.
Okay, how about Belinda, also from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan.
Yes, good evening to you.
Thanks so much for your teaching last week. Much better now.
Much better? Good. I gave you the right medicine then, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And you take the medicine also. You took the medicine also.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy to hear.
Thank you, Ajaan. Ajaan, I have one question about sometime a few months ago, friends asked me to join an 8 precepts a quiet event. So there were monks, they're coming from Thailand. I didn't ask the name of the teacher. This is 8 precepts, so I just signed up with them. Then when I got more information, I did a Google about the teacher, the monk teacher, and I realized that teacher, the posters they sell like amulets, very expensive amulets. So so far I have not associated with monks who sell selling amulets. So far my affinity is like the forest sangha. So I just wonder if I should participate or I should forego, or I should just experience it and then.
Yeah, you can try it, see, find out what he's teaching.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he might have some good advice for you. Who knows? But if you find it's not good for you, if his advice is toxic, then you can just leave.
Sometimes I'm afraid I'm afraid I hear about charms. People put charms and
Oh, there's no such thing. It's just belief. They cannot charm anybody. It's people who want to be charmed.
okay.
People who want to believe, then they believe. If you don't believe, then it's nothing. It's just a matter of believe or not believing. That's all.
So I see like people apply oil and then you look at the person.
It doesn't make anything different. The Buddha said the only thing that makes you different is your karma, good or bad karma. The rest is just nonsense. Don't pay attention to it. only good or bad karma. We are the receiver of our good or bad karma. And nothing else can make us good or bad, happy or sad. Only our good or bad karma can do that.
Ajahn, I have friends who get charmed by like some people who practice dark magic, and then they get manipulated. So at the end, it's probably a past life karma or something like that. I'm not sure. So when I heard this, like, oh, maybe not everybody I should associate to. I thought so. Oh, I have to be careful like who I associate with.
That's right. The Buddha said you have to choose your company carefully.
Yes. Or they
Okay.
like sort of draw something and then that person get charmed.
Because if they
Yeah.
believe in something, they want you to also believe like them. So if you associate with them,
Mm. So we have to exercise discernment. What is the Buddha's teaching, Ajahn?
you have to what the Buddha's teaching.
Discernment.
Listen, you have to stick to you have to follow the Buddha's teaching. This is the only right teaching for all of us if we want to get rid of suffering.
Mm. I have also friends who ask me to join like this healing group and all. I don't feel comfortable with all these groups.
Yeah, whether you join or not join, you still get sick and die.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So use common sense, use the teaching of the Buddha as your guide. If any teaching contradict the teaching of the Buddha, then that's wrong. Don't follow them. Okay.
Okay.
Next.
So Ajahn, I can try out and for this.
Yes, you can try and find out whether it's useful for you or not. If it's useful for you, then okay. Maybe there's something, besides selling the amulet. He might be teaching how to meditate properly. Who knows?
Yeah, because it's 8 precepts, that's why I signed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yes. Okay, Ajahn. Thank you.
The Buddha said, don't disbelieve or believe in things when you haven't proved it for yourself.
Mm.
So prove it for yourself whether it's good for you or not good for you.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
You're welcome. Next, Roger Teo, also from where? From Singapore? Hong Kong.
Ajahn, Sadhu.
Malaysia,
I'm
Malaysia from
based
Hong
in Hong
Kong.
Kong.
Okay.
Yeah, I have one question on Anapanasati. So when we do that, we try to focus on this point. But before our breath become very subtle and weak, sometimes I tend to follow the breath inside. I was told that's wrong, is it?
Yeah, just stick to one point. We
Just
want to
stick to one
keep
point.
we want to keep the mind still. See, we don't want we don't want the mind to do anything except just watching.
Yeah, but when we breathe in, the movement we were aware as well. So we just ignore it and just focus here
On the contact
on the
point.
contact.
Okay.
Okay. Or if we use Budo, we can follow the Budo also. Is it Budo?
If you use Bhutto, then forget about the breath. Use only one thing. Don't use both. It's too confusing.
Or if Budo, forget about the breath. Just keep chanting.
Just keep chanting Bhutto.
What about the speed of that chanting? Is it
You
fast?
you can vary according as you like.
Vary accordingly. Okay.
Yeah.
So same as okay. So until become very focused and mindful about the Budo.
Yes. Just stick with Bhutto until your mind becomes still. Don't stop until your mind becomes still. When the mind comes still, it seems like you're dropping from a high place, and then suddenly it becomes still. Then Bhutto can disappear.
Yeah, okay. Because when my mind is messy, then Budo, I usually use that as an
Yeah, that's
antidote.
better than watching the breath when you're still restless.
Okay. Thank you, Ajahn. That's all.
But if your
Sadhu.
mind is not restless, if you find that watching the breath is easier for you, then just watch the breath. Because when you watch the breath, you don't have to recite Bhutto.
Yeah, because when the mind is in normal circumstances calm, I can meditate, sit for 2 hours. But now if that too much problem,
Mhm.
it is very difficult to still. Then I have to use Budo.
The mind is still restless. Find it hard
Restless,
to
yeah.
sit in.
Yeah. Okay. Sadhu, sadhu. Thank you,
Okay.
Ajahn.
Next, Aditi, Vaid. Hi, how are you? Where are you from?
Yeah, good morning, Ajaan. I'm from California, and yeah, Neeta and Sakit told me about your teachings, and I want to come to Thailand sometime. I had two questions. One is for my practice. So I sit and observe my breath, but it's not my physical breath. Usually, it's the energy breath that is more prominent in my practice. But I also notice that small, low level thoughts are going on, and I'm not actively tracking what is happening in the body experience. And I mean, I'm not even lost with thoughts, but like, so what can I do to be more present with my meditation?
Maybe you should use the mantra instead of using the breath. Just reciting Bhutto, 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 and ignore everything else that still appears.
Okay, I will try that, Ajaan.
Yeah.
And my other question is like, I recently retired and started focusing on Dhamma. So I'm able to do like, morning I do walking meditation, chanting and sitting. But I also want to meditate like in the afternoon and night. But, something piles up like housework. I also teach mindfulness. I host Sangha. And if I go on retreat, it's okay. I'm able to leave the housework and like, some like talking to the community, trying to organize. But then when I'm just by myself at home, I'm not able to keep up the discipline of meditating more than once, and then every day I'm dissatisfied that I'm not doing enough in Dhamma. So I'm not feeling the peace and calm even after being retired and focusing on Dhamma.
It means your mindfulness is not strong enough yet to discipline your mind. So you might need the help of a retreat. Go to a retreat where they have schedule for you to do the practice, and then develop your discipline from there. You develop your mindfulness from there. Then maybe eventually you might be able to do self practice on your own. Right now you need somebody to discipline your mind, like a retreat in which they have schedule for you to do the practice and nothing else.
Yeah, I keep going for retreats and I'm very disciplined there. But when I come back, like again, it's like, I'm not able to have that discipline at home. So,
Well, then it means that the retreat is not effective for you yet. So
okay.
you might have to stay longer in the retreat. Instead of 10 days, maybe stay for 1 month or 3 months or something like that.
Okay. Okay. Thank
It's
you,
like
Ajahn.
it's like learning a new trick. See, it's hard to teach an old dog a new trick. So
Yeah.
you have to spend more time teaching the old dog the new trick. So you have to stay longer in the meditation retreat.
Okay.
Maybe you might just have to accept that right now you cannot practice on your own effectively. So you need to go to a retreat to do it for you.
That is good advice, Ajahn. I will consider that. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. See how it works, okay?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that is all. Thank you.
Okay, good to see you. Maybe see
Yeah.
you again next time.
Yeah.
Okay. Where to now? And then, okay, everybody's in the room has been given the opportunity to ask question. Now I think we'll go to Kunjup for more question if there's any.
กราบนมัสการพระอาจารย์ค่ะ We have 3 questions and they're all from Facebook. The first question is from Praveen from India, who has unshakable sattha, Bante. Can you kindly explain this question?
Well, the person who has full sattha or faith in the Buddha, in the triple gem is the Sotapanna, or all the noble disciples starting from the Sotapanna level. Because these people, they see the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha in real time in their mind itself. So they had no doubt regarding the Buddha, Dhamma, or Sangha.
The next question is from Meta Vandana from California. I am reading Ajaan Mun's biography, and it talks about the incident when Ajaan Sao told him that your citta is very adventurous. It goes inside the earth or goes to the sky. Does it mean Ajaan Mun could detach the mind from the body and instruct it to go on adventure, or it just goes by itself?
No, it has to enter into the kind of samadhi called upajara samadhi. Once you're in the upajara samadhi, your mind can enter into the spiritual world and go to heaven or go to hell to visit, to take a look or contact the devas. The Buddha used this type of samadhi to teach the deva, the spiritual beings.
The next question is from Aun from Malaysia. Please explain any difference between mindful consciousness, 5 aggregate conscious, and 6 element conscious, Satu.
I'm not sure what this translation. These are translated from the original. So to answer this thing might be misleading. So I'm sorry. I don't think I can. If you can mention the Pali, then I might be able to explain to you. But sometimes the translation can come from different word and has different meaning. Okay. Is
We
that
just
all?
we just got a question from 2 more questions. From Ricardo from Uruguay. He said, "Can you explain about Apanasamati? Thank you."
Apanasamati means the 4th jhana. See, when the mind becomes still and have equanimity. This is called Apanasamati. This type of samadhi, this type of samadhi, when it is Apanasamati, it lasts for a long time. But if it lasts briefly, it's called Upajara Samadhi. For beginners of practice, they usually experience the Upajara Samadhi. No, I'm sorry, not Upajara Samadhi, but Kanika Samadhi. Kanika means briefly. The mind enter into jhana briefly and then come out. But if it can remain in jhana for a longer period, it's called Appana Samadhi. Kanika and Appana, they are the same type of samadhi, except that they are different in the duration. They are both in the 4th jhana. Kanika Samadhi briefly, Appana Samadhi longer duration.
And the last question is from Sulan. Dear Ajaan, can you share how do you train your resolve? Thank you.
You have to be truthful to what you intend to do. See, don't just set resolve that you cannot do. Then you have to think first whether you can do this or not before you set out your resolution. If you cannot do it yet, then don't set up this resolution. You have to know your strength, whether you can keep up with your resolution or not. Okay, any more questions?
Yes, we just got one from Praveen, and he said, "Is Upeka and Apanasamati the same?" Bante, kindly explain.
Yes, if you're in Apanasamati, you will have Ubeka. It is the 4th jhana. Just like the previous question from Uruguay, I think.
That is all,
Okay.
Ka.
All right, I think that's about all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for your company. I hope this meeting is informative and help you understand better the practice of meditation and mindfulness. In the meantime, please stay safe, be mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
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 Thank you.
Thanks,
Sadhu,
Ajahn.
sadhu, sadhu.
Goodbye.
Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.